Well, hello everyone from the town of Drogheda here again, and specifically from McBride train station here in Drogheda. And just behind me here is all those wagons, and don't know if you can see the engine here. There's an engine just there, train engine. Those will be heading west towards the town of Navan and the big mine, lead and zinc mine called Tara Mines. And if you follow my channel, you will see a video that I've done of Navan, and I was telling you about the Tara Mines and this particular train here. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on, I'm going to call it the steps of Drogheda, and I'm going to try and climb as many of these steps as I possibly can, but no way am I doing it all today. So I'll just see how many I'll do, and then I'll continue it on another day and show you the steps of Drogheda, okay? So this here is McBride's train station. You can go to Belfast from here and Dublin from here, and then continue on to various other parts of the country as well from here as well. So as you can see, the railway line takes an almost maybe close to a 45 degrees turn here, heading north across this bridge I'm going to show you here now, called the Viaduct Bridge in Drogheda. A big bridge here that crosses the River Boyne here in Drogheda. So here's the first steps I'm going to go down here. I don't ask you the name of the steps, Marsh Road steps or Viaduct steps maybe, or train station steps. So this is yeah, this is like the first steps I'm showing you here. So here's that cool viaduct bridge there now, crossing over the River Boyne, and from the top of it to the top of the water here in the Boyne is 100 feet. So here's this car park here on the Marsh Road, and you know something, anytime you pass by here, this car park is never full of cars. I often wonder why is that. Are the people lazy as regards walking into the town, which is in that direction there, or are they too lazy to climb those steps up to the railway station? Anyway, here's this super cool bridge with all these stone arches. Fabulous, isn't it? Yeah, so that's the Drogheda Viaduct Bridge, and now I'm going out here now onto the Marsh Road, it's called. So in here, if anybody local to Drogheda would remember, there used to be a company in here called Silica Sand. They were here for years and years, but obviously they're gone, right? So I'll just show you along the Marsh Road here all the companies that that no longer exist here in the town of Drogheda. So this is the Marsh Road here, and travel on that way where those cars are going there, that's out towards Morningtown and Donecarney and eventually to Bettystown and Laytown, and the Irish Sea is out there. And in here in this yard, all along here, was a company called McMahon's Timber. They were timber importers, and they also made trusses for houses. And they were here for years and years and years in Drogheda. Very, very successful company. And look, it's derelict now, and they're gone as well. So that's another company on the Marsh Road that's gone, to McMahon Timbers. This street here, which is mainly two-storey stone houses, is called Ship Street. And I don't know if they've rectified the problem here, but whenever there will be a high tide here, this street would flood. So I think maybe they've rectified that. I'm not too sure about it, but anyway, that's Ship Street. So as I said, this is the Marsh Road, and I'm heading into the town of Drogheda. And I could be wrong on this now, but I think in here was another company in along here. See, it's all just derelict now. Was another company called the Oil and Cake Mills were in here, along here anyway. And there was also a factory called the Margarine Factory that made margarine and stuff. McDonald's Margarine it was called, somewhere along here. Right, so these are the first steps I'm going to go up here in the town of Drogheda from the Marsh Road. I'm calling these steps the Railway Arms steps because up here on the Dublin Road, just on the corner here, is the Railway Arms pub. So let's do this up these steps, see how fit I am. Not fit at all, my friends, not fit at all. So I've just crossed over the Dublin Road there. Sorry, there's something on my GoPro here. Yeah. So I've just crossed over Dublin Road and I'm going up this pathway here by the, what would you call it? Parochial house belonging to the church landing here. Actually, there's the house there. So that's the parish house of Drogheda. Catholic, you know. If you're into all that kind of thing, that's it there, the parish house. So I'm going up here to do the 101 steps up along here, okay? Some nice trees here. So up along here is called Sunnyside, a nice area, little area here with lovely houses in them. And here is an all girls secondary school called the Sacred Heart. It's here for years and years and years. It was here in the 70s even, so it's still going strong, called the Sacred Heart. So it's saying here, from this hill, Cromwell won the battle for Drogheda's wall. From this hill, Cromwell lost the battle for the spirit of the Drogheda people. So let's plant a stone to honour the old and the ones who have passed away. To those who prove victorious, I will feed from the tree of life, set in God's garden of paradise. So let's plant a tree in faith, hope and love to our youth and future generations, that they may remember us. What's that there? Can't, a bit missing there. Mount Side tenants, and carry on the good work into the next millennium. For the young ones, I slept and dreamed that life was beauty. I wake and found life a duty. Okay, so remember that Oliver Cromwell came here and, you know, came to Ireland with his army and destroyed Drogheda and lots of other parts of Ireland to go with it. Like, he would be a hate figure here in Ireland. So this here is the 101 steps. Why? Because there's 101 steps. So let's go down these here now, and I came up to them once and I counted them, and there is 101 steps. An awful lot of the the girls that go to that Sacred Heart school would use these steps. So let's go down these. It's not just cool, isn't it? Fairies live here. Stop for a minute and smile. Little bunnies. Watch your step, fairies live here. Look at all the little Easter eggs, fairy eggs, and the daffodils. Now that's a nice touch, isn't it? That people take the time to do things like that. It just brightens up your day, my friends, brightens up your day. Now, I don't know the name here. I think it's called the Glen or something. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'll find out and pull it up in the video. So there's more steps here that's going to lead up, I think, to St. Mary's Street, I think. So let's do these. Right, so this is my first time doing these steps here, which is going to come up on, there's a church, a lovely pretty church up here on Mary Street. To me now it's one of the most picturesque of all the churches here in the town of Drogheda, but this is my first time climbing up these steps here. I don't know what they're called. So this is St. Mary's Hill here now, right? And it swings around the corner just up here, then swings around again to the right, and if you continue on that road it'll bring you all the way out to Kilmoon Cross, and the N2 that will bring you into Ashbourne if you turn left, or turn right will bring you to Slane, and onwards if you wanted to go to Derry, and it said left through Ashbourne and on to Dublin. So yeah, so this is Mary's Hill, St. Mary's Hill. So I just want to show you, I just want to do a few tiny little steps just over here first. No, I won't. I'll just, okay, I'll go up here and I'll show you this church. Isn't that lovely there? I don't know if that was originally, oh, it was a Sunday school. 1878. So I think that's turned now into someone's home, which is lovely. But that was the Sunday school from 1878. So this here is St. Mary's Church of Ireland, 1807. And I just think the whole, to me it's one of the prettiest churches in the whole of Drogheda. And particularly if you want to call it the garden around it. It's just beautiful, picturesque, look. It's not just lovely. Well, I think so anyway. Look at the heather in bloom there. Now, it's not just fantastic. Lots of old graves in it as well. So, right, now what I do is I go back down Mary's Hill or St. Mary's Street here, and there's more steps heading back down into the Glen. Well, I'm calling it the Glen, but I'm sure there's another name in it. Look at the flowers, they're just gorgeous, look. And they're just lovely. They certainly look after this graveyard anyway, for definite. Lovely. Lovely and peaceful, and lovely trees. Just gorgeous. They're calling it Gerard's Church now. All welcome. So, it does here, right? Gerald's Church, religious and civil funerals and weddings catered for, all welcome. Okay. So I might as well just do these couple of steps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And there's that view across that church again, just lovely. Okay, I'll go back down Mary Street here. There's steps here on the right at the bottom of Mary Street. So I'll do that, okay?
So what, Michael, which is even though I have worked out
So this is a monument here to all of the soldiers, I suppose, people who lost their lives in the local district here in the Great War, which I presume was the First World War. And across the road there it's saying Domino's Pizza, right? And there's a tyre place in the back of it. And that used to be, if anybody remembers, Holden's Crane. Holden's Crane Company had their cranes in behind that Domino's Pizza there. And yeah, so that's the Dublin Road out there, and this is the start of St Mary's Hill, I call it, right? And over here is the modern Scotch Hall complex there, right? See Scotch Hall? Apartments and a big shopping centre, right? And where that shopping centre is, I can't think the name of the company, but it used to be a big grain place where farmers during the summer would bring their grain just in over here. And there was big like grain mills and big stone buildings. Actually, if you go into Scotch Hall and go down to the food court in it, you will actually see they retained some of the original stone mills. So if you look at it, where the food court is, and you see the stonework, and that was part of the original mills that used to be there. I'm just going back up here a little bit now and do these steps that I told you about. That's going back down into that, which I call the Glen, which is probably not the Glen. So anyway, I said this here is all St Mary's Hill or Mary Street, okay? Don't ask me what the name of these steps are, but anyway, they're leading from the bottom of St Mary's Street back down into, which I'm calling the Glen, but I'm sure there is a name on it, okay? Look at it, look at the bees here on the dandelions, look. Now isn't that fantastic? They say, you know, try not to cut the dandelions because the bees love them. And just walking along here, the noise, sorry, not the noise, beautiful sound of the birds chirping is just fantastic. So if I go under that tunnel there, or that leads back onto the Marsh Road, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to go up these steps here and back onto Dublin Road and cross the road on the Scotch Hall side and go down to the steps that I call are down at Bia. And here's some nice artwork or street artwork here. I think it's lovely on the steps. They're really nice. Look at all the daisies. Lovely, isn't it? So, salmon, swan, millmount, a tree, and whatever. Music. Hi. on the Dublin Road here, and this cafe and restaurant in here, which I've been in here many times, is called Bia, and I like it. I love the big glass windows in it here. And now I'm going down these steps here. Right, so I'm going down these steps here, which I'm calling the Bia steps, that leads from the Marsh Road back onto the, Dublin Road to the Marsh Road, okay? So this sculpture here is Irish sporting legend Joey Marr, World Handball Champion, Toronto, Canada, 1967, honoured by the people of Drogheda and Drogheda Borough Council. So that's who that was, Joey Marr, Handball World Champion. And this sculpture is commissioned the Drogheda Olympic Golden Jubilee Committee. So, who was this guy? Tony Soxbourne, Drogheda Olympian bronze medal winner in Melbourne, Australia in 1956. So there you go, there's two local famous sports people there. So this is the River Boyne, and I'm now on the south side of the River Boyne. Over there is the north side of the River Boyne, or as the genuine local Drogheda people would say, over the far side. Over the far side. And over there is the Mariner pub. You'd get a good dinner in there in that pub for a reasonable price. And that bridge there is a pedestrian bridge called the DeLacy Bridge, and as you can see down there again is the Viaduct Bridge where I started the video, way down there. So in there is an Ollie's pub. If you want a few bevies, you're into having a few drinks. So this here is called Pitcher Hill Steps. There's 67 steps here. I call it Millmount Steps. So let's go up these steps here. When I went to secondary school here in Drogheda years ago, my friends, I used to run up these steps coming home from school to get the bus. Used to get the school bus way up here. So I used to run up these steps. Now I can't. Isn't this a lovely garden along here? Look. Now, if you come back here in a couple of weeks' time, if you come back here in just a couple of weeks' time, this is lovely. So I don't know whether it's a collection of the people just in them houses there, or one person in particular that looks after that garden, but every time I come down here, down these steps or up them during the spring and summer, I admire that little garden there. It's lovely. The positives about the houses along here is they're nice little houses, and there's no cars. The negative is you wouldn't want to have any kind of disability, or you're kind of snookered. But anyway, yeah. So I'm calling this Millmount Steps, but it's called Pitcher Steps. And I forgot something here. There's a plaque on the wall here. Look at this. So there's a plaque on the wall here, erected in memory of Lieutenant LDR Liam Leach, 1st Battalion, the 9th Brigade IRA, which will be the original Irish Army now, right? Who died here the 29th of June 1922 in defence of the Republic. RIP, erected by his comrades. So that man died here during the Irish Civil War. He would have been on the side of the treaty, which was what we have now, 26 counties. And the people that probably would have killed him in the Civil War would have been the group of Irish people who wanted a 32 county republic, So that's what the Civil War was all about, really. Now I'm going back down onto the Dublin Road here. Oh look, here's another guy that was killed, who gave his life. Look, read it in memory of Captain Bernard Daly, 1st Battalion of the Dublin Brigade of the IRA, who gave his life for the Republic 26th of August 1922. So that's another person who died during the Civil War. So I'm going down these steps here, right, back beside St Mary's Church and back onto the Dublin Road, opposite the Bia Cafe, okay? Right, don't ask me what you call these steps here. All I'm going to say is that they're the steps left of St Mary's Church here that lead from the Dublin Road up to, I forget what you call up here, Millmount, I don't know. Anyway, up here, okay? Look at the beautiful cherry blossom trees over there, and they're gorgeous. Look, yeah, this is a lovely little area here in Drogheda on the south side of the Boyne. I don't know what it's called, Millmount. I know Millmount is just here, but maybe there's another name on this area here, but it's lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do 3 more sets of steps, and that'll be it for today, okay? So there's Millmount there in front of you. I forget what you call this part of town here and the school behind me, but anyway, I'll put it up in a video. Now I'm going to go down what's called the Watery Hill, or the locals here call it Watery Steps. So this will lead onto the Dunor Road here. Wow. So in here they're building obviously apartment blocks, but right in here for years and years and years used to be a roadstone plant in there, and they had big silos for concrete and, you know, ready mix and stuff. They were there for years and years, so they obviously sold it, and now it's going to be housing for apartments, looks like to me. Yeah, it looks like apartments in there. And just over there is Drogheda bus station, just over there. So this is the Dunor Road, it's called. This will bring you out now if you wanted to go to the Newgrange Interpretive Centre, and one of the most visited tourist attractions in the whole of Europe. Definitely in Ireland anyway. Newgrange burial chamber, older than the pyramids of Egypt. You'd go out this road here. But I'm going up here a bit here now, and I'm going to climb steps on the right hand side near the traffic lights up here. That'll bring me back up onto the I think it's a high field, right? Up along here. So if you're looking for a good veterinary hospital, there's All Pets Veterinary Hospital across the road. There's more apartment buildings over there. Right, so I don't know what these steps are called here. All I know is that they're leading me from the Dunor Road, not far from the bus station, up into Highfield here. I think it's Highfield. It could be wrong on that. And there's a school across the way there. And I think over that direction there is Ballsgrove. Anyway, beautiful tree. Wonder if that a willow tree? It's gorgeous. And look at the two lovely cherry blossom trees in full bloom. Gorgeous. Look at that garden there. It's beautiful. Beautiful. There's another one of those gorgeous looking, I don't know, is that a willow tree again? Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it's lovely. Wow. Them people look after the garden really well, I have to say. Lovely. So now I'm going to do my last steps for today, and I'm sure there probably is more steps on the south side of the River Boyne in the town of Drogheda, but this is all I'm doing. These are the main ones that I know, so I'll, don't know, whenever, I don't know whether it'll be tomorrow or next week, whatever, I'll do steps on the north side, or as the locals say, the far side, over the far side, right? Okay. Right, it's raining here, my friends. There's a shower passing by. Right, I'll just shelter under the tree here till that shower goes. I don't know about you, my friends, but there's something calming and relaxing about sheltering from the rain under a tree. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but they're singing away there to their heart's content. These look like these trees are here a long time. A long time, my friends. And great shelter. Right, people, these are the last steps I'm doing today. I call these steps, or it's not steps really, it's kind of more like a hill, but we'll call it steps. Of course there is a few steps at the start and at the bottom. I've always called this Highfields, the Highfield steps. Right, hello people, and welcome back to the steps of Drogheda. I'm still on the south side here, and the reason why I'm back on the south side here is because the battery ran out on my GoPro. So this is the last of the steps on the south side that I know of. So realistically, as you can see, it's really like a hill, you know, to walk way up a hill here that leads towards Highfield and Ballsgrove, but there's steps at the bottom of it, so I'm including these steps as part of the steps of Drogheda. Look, so here's the steps here. And as you can see, across the dual carriageway here is McDonald's, and during the pandemic, when all the cafes and restaurants were all closed to the public, you could go in your car and collect food over there in McDonald's, and you want to see the traffic that was accumulating here in McDonald's during the time of the pandemic. They were actually queuing up onto the dual carriageway, which was making it dangerous for traffic. But anyway, they certainly didn't lose out during the pandemic, McDonald's. The crap food. And Before I leave here now and go over to the north side of the town, a young lad that's had to pass me by here smoking hash, obviously, and I hate the smell of it. I hate the smell of it. I hate all drugs, but I hate the smell of hash. And I'm not going to get into debate over whether it's okay or not okay. Not interested in going down that argument, but just for me personally, I hate the smell of it, and I hate all drugs of any kind. Okay, so now I'll see us all over on the north side. Okay.